Hey, what up, YouTube? Pink Ladies, T-Birds just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is Jimmi Pynk. And really, Queen? Okay, so look, I will say that this episode was one of the better ones. I wasn't bored. Y'all know I've been talking about these episodes wasn't giving me the life that I've been needing. These weren't bad. Do I want to talk about this in order, or do I want to talk about what I'm pissed off at first? I think I want to go into what I'm pissed off about. Charlie Hayes just fucking gave up. And as soon as they said that it was her and Trinity in the bottom, no, fuck that. It didn't even matter that Trinity was in the bottom. As soon as they said Charlie was in the bottom, I'm like, bitch, kick them shoes off. The moment that I noticed she wasn't taking them shoes off, because let's keep it 100. I know the judges and Ruin them don't necessarily like when girls kick off their shoes and throw off wigs. But that would be perfectly understandable if somebody had on 8-inch fucking fetish shoes for them to kick their shoes off for a lip sync. That would be perfectly acceptable, and I don't think anybody would shade that. So the moment that I seen she wasn't taking her fucking shoes off, I knew she gave up. For Charlie to be that seasoned of a queen, and this is the thing that kills me, because that's the first time I've heard that one. I'm tired of bitches. It's season 9 and bitches coming on here talking about some I can't sew. I better not dare never in the herstory of niggerdom ever hear nobody else say on RuPaul's Drag Race, well, I might as well give up because I'm not a lip sync artist. I might let you slide on not being able to sew before I let you slide on not being able to lip sync. Do you know how many fucking challenges, even besides lip syncing for your life, there's always challenges where you have to lip sync? The finale, if you make it in the top 4, you have to lip sync to a RuPaul song. There's always that challenge like Bitch Perfect, or apparently this time it's going to be the Rules Go. But it's always even a big production number where you have to lip sync, on top of the fact that that is your way to save yourself from being eliminated from the show. Why the fuck did you even audition to say, well, I don't lip sync? That shit pissed me the fuck off. With that being said, I guess that was a good time for them to pull that out then. Good thing they did. That they didn't wait for that shit about AIDS, because with Charlie being Charlie's age, yeah, you were around when they were calling AIDS the gay virus, and they didn't know what to call them. People was just getting sick and dying. So I'm glad that they did bring that up, and I'm glad that they brought it up today, because apparently we ain't getting Charlie back. Bitches, no Charlie Hayes for fucking Snatch Game. But on the bright hand side, no Kimora Black for Snatch Game. You win some, you lose some. Okay, so anyway. Oh, let me just keep going off. Oh, I'm sorry, did I skip? The look goes as follows. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. The look goes as follows. Y'all can look while I'm talking. The runway pissed me off. The runway pissed me off for 2 reasons. One, I thought they said the runway was naughty 90s, and it was naughty 90s. And I was not here for that, because we've talked about this in other seasons where these drag queens are just putting on fucking lingerie, putting on bras and panties and going out and performing, and how that doesn't, take a lot of creativity. It doesn't take a lot of art form. I mean, you should be good at padding, but hell, some of the queens don't even pass, so you can't even say that. So for that to be the runway, number one. Number two, they blew through that bitch so fast. For what? This fucking train wreck of a goddamn challenge, so we ran through the runway? Listen to me. If anybody is in contact with the producers of RuPaul's Drag Race or VH1, because maybe VH1 don't understand this, the most important part of the motherfucking show is the runway. You don't fucking rush the runway. It's the reason why the runway is at the end of the show is for a reason, because people will sit through a bullshit ass challenge, a bullshit ass mini challenge, a lackluster episode just to see what these bitches got on the runway. Correct me if I'm wrong, comment below and let me know if I'm wrong. But we are here for the fucking runway. We are here for all of the eleganza and the gagging and the shenanigans and also the catastrophes, the disasters, and the travesty. We are here for that. We are here for that lip sync. That's why that shit is at the end. Give the people what they want. Okay. So with that being said, let me go ahead and go over the runway very quickly, because I can half tell you what anybody had on, because I really only got to see Aja's team. I'm sorry, Trinity's team, because they rushed everybody off the stage so fast. What I will say is this. These are people's outfits that I can vaguely remember, because Shay and Sasha won, and I will say that they should have, because not only did they slay in the challenge, that shit was fucking funny. It was written funny. The writing was good. It was performed well. They looked like they should be on a daytime talk show, and they both slayed on the runway. So that win was well deserved. I 100% agree. If you were going to have two winners of the challenge, that's who it should have been. Even though if it would have been a runner-up team, it would have been my top two, Eureka and Nina, because they slayed too. But really, all around, Shay and Sasha did deserve that win. So congratulations to them. They deserve that wholeheartedly. I will say Shay's look slayed. And then they kind of had corresponding looks too. Like, they kind of looked right together in the fucking challenge. And they kind of looked right together on stage too. Like, they was just in sync this week. So good for them. They was just in sync this week. I do remember Alexis having on some old bullshit. I'm like, well, yeah, that is nightwear. That's some nightwear you just threw on. Like, you got on a flowered robe and a bustier and some ruffly panties that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Okay, knock yourself out. I apologize for people that I don't know, because like I said, they went so fucking fast. Trinity Taylor. I will say this. Even though, first of all, lingerie, let's just keep it 100. And I'm a girl who loves fucking lingerie. Like, I love it. I've always loved it. You could ask my mom from the moment I had titties and could buy bras. Like, I lived for it and I wasn't even thinking about having sex. Like, I just love lingerie. I think it's gorgeous. With that being said, let's keep it 100. Most of it all look alike. It ain't no whole bunch of differences that you can fucking do. Okay? Most of it look alike. The only thing that you could really do in lingerie to really stand out a lot would be to have on a color that was not your typical black, red, white, pink. And nobody fucking did it. Everybody had on red, black, white, or pink. Everybody. Well, those are the 4 most common colors of lingerie. So unless you really want to stand out, you would have had to have on like some other shit. And nobody did it. I will say what I did love about Trinity's. And Trinity is my top 2 of the week look-wise. Definitely not performance-wise. Well, let me take that back, because she slayed that lip sync. We'll get back to Trinity. But let me talk about the looks right now. Trinity was giving me all of the Vanity / Apollonia 6. And I was in heaven. My motherfucking edges were snatched, bitch. I said the hair and everything. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, Vanity 6, or it must be Apollonia 6. I forgot how I go in the movie, but anyway, she was really giving me Vanity. The hair was really giving me Vanity, but she was giving me Vanity 6, nasty girl realness, and I was here for it. And she looked beautiful, and you know, You bought that ass. Shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you get. And when she did the lip sync, bitch, she did just that. I said, okay, bitch, I'm here. I'm here for you. I didn't know if I was going to like you at the beginning, Trinity, but you starting to become one of my dark horses. I feel like once we get to the middle of the pack, I might be bucking for you too. You might take Jane's spot as my number 3. Like I'm kind of living for you a little bit after tonight. Peppermint. The pep was good. The mint was fucking horrible. Okay. What was that? What are those? Like, I'm just like, okay, first of all, what you have on is not a nightgown. You tried to play that off, girl. That was a look that was in style. I'm gonna say like 3 or 4 years ago, because I actually had a pink dress that was trimmed, had black lace overlay, and it was a big thing like 3 years ago. Like, cause right now, like black lace and lace up shit is in. But like 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, everything was like these pops of pink and pops of red and yellow with this black overlay on it. Bitch, that was a blouse. That was a blouse that you threw some panties and some stockings on with and said, we gonna play this off as a nightgown because I don't got no sleepwear, no nightwear. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, do you know what the fucking, that you could have wore that looked like nightwear? And I know after Honey Mahogany, y'all scared of a caftan. But bitch, yo, look for the promo look was a caftan. That looked more like a nightie than what you had on tonight. But the hair was right from the neck up. The paint was beautiful, but that outfit is that's gonna be a pass for me. I thought Charlie looked amazing though. I thought Charlie looked very sexy. But like I said, like it's hard to stand out in lingerie. Okay, you got on the bra, some panties, maybe you got on the corset, maybe you got on the garter belt, you got on thigh-high stockings, and basically that's what everybody did. But she did look pretty. I did live for the long Veronica Lake hair. It did lend very well to the construct of her lingerie, and she had on like the black. She was giving me all of the like Veronica Lake 1940s Hollywood with her look, so that was lovely. And let me just keep it 100. Not only is Charlie 52 years old, and he is a 52-year-old man walking around in 8-inch fetish heels. That's a bad motherfucker right there. And I'm talking about some wasn't tipping down the runway neither. Like I can't hardly walk. Was walking in them bitches like it was normal. So props to you, mama, for real. Cynthia was giving me Goth Angel, which I didn't mind it, and her cuckoo looks fantastic in her little G-string. But if we're doing 90s, and I understand because the wings is like Victoria's Secret angels, and we're talking about like lingerie basically, but your look wasn't selling Victoria's Secret angel. It was kind of giving like rocker chicks, so the wings did not work for me. So I liked what she looked like. I thought she looked nice, but did it fulfill what the challenge was? I'm gonna say no. Eureka, like Michelle said, like these three just had on corsets like they was dominatrix, and these three actually had on like 90s. I don't know. Eureka's was okay. I will say I didn't love, and like I said, she tried it, because if you were really, if you want to be honest, I'm pushing it by saying pink, but there is a lot of pink lingerie. But usually if it don't come in black, and it don't come in red, and it don't come in white, then it's gonna come in pink. Okay. So pink and black is something, obviously my name is Jimmi Pynk. I like pink. So pink and black for lingerie, and maybe that's to my detriment because I own so much pink and black lingerie that I'm just like, this is kind of a snooze fest for me. But also just with her being the big girl, it was almost predictable for her to wear a corset because that was going to suck her in. I would have liked to have seen maybe just like a long negligee, or maybe even like a pajama set. It could still be sexy without it being like a corset and a dominatrix. I just think I would have liked to have seen her go a different way because she's the big girl. of course it was inevitable. Like, I just would have liked to have seen something that wasn't so predictable, and then we got that same fucking hair loaf. If you were going to do the dominatrix, I would have liked to have seen a wig. Maybe like a nice short bob or something a little edgier with some spikes. I'd like to see something different for Eureka. Nina, I've seen this before. Now, I have seen this before. When Mimi Young first was throwing India Farah in the air. I knew, I'm like, Nina, I done seen this fucking outfit before. But pat it for the gods, honey. Pat it for the gods. It go from Pierre, this little old man, to motherfucking basketball wise, boom, boom, bang, pow, bad bitch. But what I liked about it was, like I said, the outfit, I've seen it before. Like, it's common. But it was executed well. But because the makeup was giving me like that voodoo priest kind of look. So I was looking for that. And like, if she'd had on a top hat with that, I'd have lived. Because I was giving, you know, the Princess and the Frog and the voodoo dude to come and take the babies on American Horror Story. Yeah, they're based on the same character, but I don't know the name of the character. And that makeup was kind of giving me that. So if she'd had like a top hat on. But if you'd had on the top hat, you'd look just like India Farah. I give up. But that's the runway. Let me get on to the challenge so I can I'm going to do this very briefly because, first of all, let's just say that it was nothing interesting or good to watch on any of this talk show shit except for Shay and Sasha and Eureka and Nina anyway. So with that being said, fuck it, let's not talk about the challenge. It was garbage. I will say that Aja's team looked more like they were going to be on a daytime television show. And even Aja, at first I did right. I was like, everybody looked like they should be on a daytime talk show except for Aja. But then I thought about it. When you first came up with clearly the format that you guys are kind of making fun of, which is like The View and The Talk, they always had like that 120-something that dressed a little bit hipper, and she might not have on a business suit or a dress all covered up. She would have on, like, you know, she wouldn't be slutty, but she would have on like a pantsuit, and her hair would be a little bit more updated. So that was okay. I don't know what kind of shoes Aja had on. That didn't look right. And then Trinity's team, Trinity's wig was garbage. I did like what Peppermint looked like. Something about Charlie and Cynthia's look were both a disconnect. I think because Charlie's dress was from 1985. I'm like, girl, with that Dynasty dress, ain't nobody still wearing that doing daytime TV. And Cynthia's dress was just ill-fitting. And the one that actually looked the most like she was going to be on a TV show outside of Peppermint was Eureka. Like, I could see, like, Cheryl Underwood on The Talk with that on. Or she on The Talk or on The View. I can't keep track of them motherfucking shows. I think she on The View. And then they got The Real, too. Like, it's just too many of them motherfuckers. But anyway, and then Nina, girl, you know I love you. And maybe it's because, I don't know. I'm sure you'll give me the tea. I don't know if that was what you wore because you and Eureka had decided y'all was going to, like, do more of a ghetto thing. But nobody is wearing a tube top leopard dress on a daytime talk show, bitch. No one's doing that. No one is doing that. But if you were playing it off like because y'all was doing the ghetto thing and then y'all both had on leopard too, so I was up in the air. I'm like, well, wait, was that on purpose? And you was looking like Lady Shablito. But Nina and Eureka did that. They did. Like I said, Shay and Sasha for me did just edge them out because they looked a little bit more like they were actually on a talk show. And let's not get it twisted. This motherfucker think he get on the talk show. That's why you have a Cheryl Underwood on The Talk. And that's why you do have, what's the bitch name? Look like the Muppet Janice. Braxton girl, Tamara Braxton. Like, it is them people that get ghetto on the show, so I'm not saying that. However, they do still look like they be on daytime TV, and I just feel like the look was accomplished a lot better by Shay and Sasha, and I think their segment was just slightly funnier. It was better written, even though I would have been happy if it would have been Shay, Sasha, Eureka, Nina. This if they wouldn't have went by teams. They went by teams. If it wouldn't have went by teams, I think the sixth safe. No, that's the sixth safe. It would have definitely been Shay, Sasha, Eureka, and Nina in the top. Cynthia would have been safe. I think Peppermint would have been safe because even though she was messing up, she was trying. She didn't fall apart like Trinity did, I don't feel like. I think Alexis and Farrah would have been safe too. They were actually pretty decent. But Aja and Valentina fucking sucked. Peppermint and Trinity really fucking sucked. And Charlie sucked. Cynthia was alright. Before I get into talking this lip sync, because apparently this is going to be a long episode, I had a lot to say. RuPaul. This bitch have on a blonde wig 97.7645312% of the time. And you picked the day that you had on a yellow dress to put on a white wig. Now you want to wear a fucking white wig when you got on yellow like the one time, and I'm like, probably the best looking wig you probably could have wore with that would have been blonde. The makeup was pretty though, but girl, if you don't go get Matthew Anderson some motherfucking money, do we need to go start a GoFundMe for RuPaul so that she can get Matthew Anderson back? Because some of these fashion choices, honey, I can't. But the lip sync, like I said, I was pissed off because Charlie gave up. But what I want to talk about is Trinity. Bitch. Trinity went ham. She went all the way back to the motherfucking challenge, went and grabbed that ham that was supposed to be the motherfucking padding from the grocery store and transformed into that shit because she went full fucking ham on that lip sync and I was living for it. I said, oh. That's why I said, I'm like, Trinity, I keep finding out a little bit more about you and I'm starting to really like you. I wasn't 100% sold on you in the Meet the Queens. I didn't love you in the first few episodes. Even when you won the challenge, I was like, alright. Or you was in the top for the cheer challenge, I was like, alright. But bitch, after I seen that lip sync, I said, uh-oh. Uh-oh, bitch, we got another motherfucking lip sync assassin on our hands. I'm like, I knew Aja was one. I was like, oh. And here's the thing. It didn't matter that Charlie wasn't doing anything. That bitch was slaying. Do you hear me? Slaying. It don't matter that Charlie was standing still. Because she did that. She did that. So, oddly enough, even though I thought she did shitty in the challenge, I thought her wig was terrible in the challenge, her runway and her lip sync, slow clap of the episode goes to Trinity motherfucking Taylor. Bitch, you snatched my motherfucking wig. Just snatched, just gone. It's just gone. It's just gone. It's off now. So anyway, I want to thank y'all for rocking with me. I might actually go ahead and review just this week. Revealed, I might. Don't hold your breath for it. Because I'm interested to see what was going on backstage. Because finally we had to talk to all of the girls, and screen time didn't seem like it was quite as dominated by just two people as it has been. So like I said, maybe now that we're narrowing down, they're getting back to the formula. However, at the same time too, we got more of the people, but then the runway was short as fuck. VH1, y'all got to figure out how to do our show, baby, because we don't want to turn on you, but you got to give us our show, VH1. We don't want to turn on you. We love RuPaul's Drag Race. This is a community of dedicated motherfucker fans. I don't even think it's a cult following no more. The motherfuckers got a goddamn con now. Don't make us turn our back on this shit. You got to give us our show. Y'all gonna have to figure out something. But I do want to thank y'all for rocking with me. As always, if you are not a pink lady or a T-bird, you can go ahead and become one now by clicking the Pink Sailor Moon. You can also check out my Patreon and some other videos. Thank you so much for rocking with me. And I'm a little pissed off because I got to dress up like a fucking Kardashian next week. Whew, Jesus, I don't even know how to do that. Maybe I'll dress up like Black China. She kind of a Kardashian. Hell, maybe I'll dress up like Bruce. Maybe I'll do Drag King. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for rocking with me. Deuces.